So this is hard.
Yeah.
You've been synonymous with Cantate Carlisle for over 30 years. And you have an amazing depth of faith in the people who have become part of Cantate. You've invested a lifetime of bringing beautiful music to this area. And I know that you strive to do that in every area of your life. I met Cheryl about 20 years ago at the high school working with a student and was immediately taken with her love of students and her love of music. And one of the things that I noticed was how she inspired her students to love music, and she made music real to them. She inspired that same passion for music, or she inspires that same passion for music in the singers of Cantate. We all know that Cheryl is a stickler for details and paying strict attention to what the composer is trying to convey, but there's never a moment wasted in rehearsal, and you have it timed to the minute in your lesson plans that you prepared each week. But I think your real passion is the message of the music, and your desire to bring the power of the music alive is very exciting and infuses us with a determination to do our best to portray that to the audiences. All of us have been a recipient of Cheryl's unstinting faith in people. And as we celebrate the results of Cheryl's past 30 years, I'd like to share some comments from her friends and followers. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful group for 16 years. I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. I loved the entire process from beginning a new piece of music to performing the final product, and welcomed the fellowship and camaraderie we all shared with each other. And that was from Dana. Your vision of forming a superior choral group has certainly benefited our community. The reason it has worked are because of your musicianship and your dedication. And it was a pleasure singing under your baton for the first 9 years of the group's inception. And that was from Connie.
Oh my.
We would like to extend our sincere thanks for having a vision to begin Cantate Carlisle back in 1990. Your dedication and exceptional musicianship and leadership to maintain this choral ensemble for 30 years is extraordinary. We've been honored to be a member of this outstanding group and know that you have left your musical mark on the Carlisle community. And that's from Ed and DeLee. And from Leanne and David, from First Philippians. I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine, for you all making request with joy, for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now. And they went on to say they are grateful for your friendships and professional collaborations over the years, and we celebrate with you the wonderful creation that Cantate Carlisle has been and will be in the future. And we pray for God's continued blessings on the next chapters of your life.
I
And
need my
Tim,
Kleenex.
and Tim Miller wrote that you created quite a legacy in Carlisle, and he's very pleased to have been part of it. So many memories of 17 years in Cantate, and who can forget the trips abroad or my leaving my suitcase in Budapest. And thank you for all that you have done for Carlisle and for me personally. And from Karen Reinert, who says, I remember the evening we heard the Harrisburg Symphony, and you said, Karen, I would really like to organize and direct a chamber choir. And here we are 30 years later celebrating you, the director of Cantate Carlisle. You have shared so much beautiful music with Carlisle, and I'm honored to have sung with you for a few years. Many thanks, friend. Karen.
This simple, unassuming stick of wood is actually a virtual magic wand. In the hands of a passionate conductor, it unites the artistry of composer, conductor, singers, and the instrumentalist it leads. The beauty of the melodies and harmonies that result combine with expressive lyrics to bring shared moments of intense joy, deep sadness, and all the emotions in between to audiences, creating musical bonds and life-enriching depth to our lives. There are 30 years worth of virtual energy from those moments contained in this simple stick. I pass it on to you, Michelle, with my deepest wishes for success, fulfillment, growth, and above all, beautiful music making for you and for the cantate singers you will lead in the future. I look forward to experiencing that with you from the audience.
Many of you know how thrilled I am to be entering this position of artistic director. In a few moments, we'll be doing our happy dance, and I assure you, when I got the news that I was chosen, I literally danced down the street. And the last time I did that super, really, very happy dance was when I was accepted into Westminster Choir College for the graduate conducting program. You all are an incredibly amazing group of people and musicians, and I want to carry cantate up the path of expressive music making, and I know I have big shoes to fill. And so on the note of expressive music, what is expressive music? I encourage you to type in the comments what expressive music means to you, and I'll share my thoughts as well. I start by asking, how many of you can feel that you express yourselves best with the people that are close to you? And have you ever felt difficulty in expressing yourself to someone you don't know? Many of us find it easier to express ourselves honestly and openly with the people that we know. And so when we're making these funny noises, and being vulnerable with our voices in rehearsals, it helps to look at our neighbor and laugh because of that familiarity. And the simple joy of being with the people of the ensemble is what fuels our expression. I've thoroughly enjoyed meeting all of you, or those of you that I've met so far, and I can't wait to meet the rest of you. So, to me, Cantate Carlisle is first and foremost a group of empathetic people. Then we are a group of musicians who understand expressive music notation and the ebb and flow of a melodic line. We are composers or decomposers who analyze the music and know that the tenors over there have a dissonance with me, and we're going to lean into that together. We are literaries who study the text and dive into the meaning of the words to better understand the notes. We are members of the community on which we rely to come and listen to our music. And I'm sure you've been asked the question of, why do you sing or why do you perform? Is it for you or is it for the audience? And of course the answer is both. But you can do music for you without an audience. But Cantate performs for an audience, and that means we make a connection beyond our rehearsal walls. And my vision for Cantate is that our connection goes wide and deep. All of you in this ensemble know the positive influence quality music has had made in your life, and it's our duty and responsibility to spread that love and understanding to the young people in our community, and that's where our future lies. I've been really excited to work on the grant for Arts for All to help with coaching for Cantate Young Voices and other outreach opportunities in the community. And so I'd be curious to know, drop in the chat, who is the musical person who greatly influenced you and led you to music in the first place? For me, I grew up in a musical family, but my piano teacher, who kept me accountable for practicing and getting it right, made me realize the power of music had to change me. And then it was my orchestra, band, and choir teachers in school that taught me that anyone can learn to be a musician. And Dr. John Warren from Syracuse University taught me that I need to put the work in order for the group to sound good. That's me as an ensemble member. And Dr. James Jordan from Westminster Choir College taught me to challenge my ear, to raise my level of listening and the choir's level of listening. And Dr. Joe Miller from Westminster Choir College taught me that the people in your ensemble matter. Many of you have heard that from me already. That we rehearse the music the way it was composed, and that when God has given you a gift, you have also been given a great responsibility to use it to its fullest. And Cantate, we have an amazing gift to share with the community, and I'm so honored to be here to lead you through that. Of course, it's going to look different this year. Currently, we plan on virtual presentations in the fall, but that doesn't mean that we can't rehearse in person in some capacity. We may have to meet in small groups, and it may have to be outside for a little bit, and there will likely need to be a virtual rehearsal aspect. Every choral professional right now is planning for what they know they can do, and we can rejoice in the opportunities that we have to share our gift. It could be wonderful. Imagine the number of people who can see us and hear us singing beyond our normal audience. Imagine the artists we could engage, including young people, to submit artwork for our virtual choir pieces. Imagine the positive messages we could send to our community when our country is hurting so badly. And so my vision for Cantate is to lead the ensemble towards group, it's embedded in connection, group connection that creates a safe space for taking vocal risks through the best vocal technique that leads to expressive music making, which in turn reaches out to a broad audience and connecting to our community. So sandwiched in connection with an excellence in music making is the goal. I can't wait to make music with you, and I thank you immensely for bringing me on the team.